we need to go back to the end of the Depp versus Sun UK and Dan Wooten trial. The reason I say that is because, for me personally, looking at the timing of things, it looks like this emboldened some people to go ahead and make accusations, and there's a number of reasons that I think that they're all connected. So let's start with the first one. The first reason is, so in 2020, the judge ruled against Johnny Depp. So it was all over the news, obviously. There were articles all over the place that he had actually done this, and that they were allowed to call him whatever it is that they wanted to call him, and the world went nuts on Johnny Depp's ass, basically. So, but there's some similarities in the way these two stories start. Now, besides the fact that Amber Heard and Johnny Depp and Marilyn Manson, or Brian Warner as he's known, and Evan Rachel Woods were both couples and both good friends as couples and hung out together as couples, besides the fact that they had those connections, there is a number of other connections. For example, the day that Marilyn Manson was raided at his home, and we saw this on the news, that, you know, the police believed that he'd done something to himself, that he might have offed himself or something like that. So they were surrounded his house. They had helicopters. They just went a little bit overboard. Anyway, who was first on scene? Amber Heard's crew, TMZ. It's like they got tipped off, like they knew it was going to go down. So they were sitting there with their cameras, pretty much waiting for the police to turn up and to raid Warner's home. So I'm thinking to myself, how is it that TMZ knew to be there and they were there before the police turned up? How is it that they knew? They were standing there waiting, and then at some point the reporter says, oh, there's someone inside yelling, I want to come out but I can't get out, they won't let me out, or something along those lines. But none of that was true, because Manson was inside having dinner with his wife and some friends. There's no one inside who wanted to get out. They were actually in there being frightened because of all the commotion and helicopters and all the stuff going on. And they could have been killed. Anyway, this is something that Manson brings up in court just recently, that he called this swatting, and it is swatting. They did send the police out there to swat him. There's no two ways about that. So that's my first hint that this is somehow connected with Amber, because, you know, it's TMZ, it's her crew. How did they know that this was going down? So we'll come back to this in a little while. I'm going to make some more connections first, but we'll come back to how they knew and what they knew, because it's detailed in Manson's court papers. But for now, I want to go to the next connection, which is this book. Now, I didn't make the connection with this book. I'm going to give credit where it's due to the people who made the connection. I had heard of this book previously because when Julian Assange had accusations levelled at him by those two Swedish girls, one of them actually gloated on the internet about having read this book. And so I was familiar with the book, but I didn't put the pieces together that some of the things that Amber Heard keeps saying in the media since the trial ended, and some of the things that other women are saying, seem to be coming out of this book. And like, there's some pretty word for word kind of things, especially the freedom of speech side of things. Anyway, let's, instead of me giving you a rundown on this book, let's see how men react to this book. And we'll start with the one who put the connection together, which is that umbrella guy.
There's quite literally a handbook for people like that certain nameless person to destroy men's lives, entitled How to Destroy a Man Now. This is quite literally the handbook on manufacturing and leveraging false accusations, telling women that you've been oppressed since the beginning of time because of men's physical advantages, but now, in today's modern society, the table is finally turning. It talks about the power of communication and accusation, aka spreading rumors to undermine men and boys, that being power, while also telling you that ruining men's lives, oh, that's not a bad thing. Why? Because it's about the struggle against patriarchy. This book, it goes as far as how to craft allegations, telling you these are the sites that you want to utilize, this is what you want to say about someone if you want to damage them, while celebrating what this does to people's lives and saying, hey, maybe if you're lucky, it'll drive them to that ultimate end. You and I, we're going to look over this today and really think about the society that allows this to happen, and people like, I don't know, a certain nameless person and the person they accused, and exactly how this stuff ends. Oh, man. And when we're going over this, I want you to remember one thing. I want you to remember that it's become so societally acceptable that you can not only talk about this right out in the open, but it's sold to you in bookstores like Amazon. You have other places that sold this as well. Yep, brought to you on your shelves, because destroying a man's life, hey, that's somehow A-okay. Now, the craziest thing about this isn't just what it's saying to do, it's also how it breaks it down, because it's broken down like a kid's book. You can see this here. Let's begin with our introductions. We have 3 key friends. The first ally that we have is Allison Allegation. Allegations can be so simple, effective, and easy to employ that it's elegant. An allegation is a claim, usually without proof, that someone has done something illegal or wrong. A claim, at minimum, requires nothing more than an assertion. From lying to murder, any behavior that you've heard of, seen, experienced, or could think of that violates an ethical or legal standard can suffice for an allegation. However, it's the last part of what constitutes an allegation that makes it uniquely useful. No evidence is required. This independence from proof allows you to make an allegation about any man doing anything without being encumbered by a need for facts. Now, this tells you that allegation alone, oh no, that's not enough. Nope, it needs a friend in Merry Media. Media, that encompasses just about any means of communication, and as far as how leveraging Twitter, Facebook, the internet, mainstream media, and on works, they tell you, you've probably heard of the philosophical question, if a tree falls in the woods and no one hears it, does it make a sound? Although the answer to that question is still debated, it's certain that if an allegation is made and no one knows about it, it has no power. Fortunately, they tell you, however, the opposite. It's also true. The more people who know about an allegation, the more powerful it becomes. So just spreading this thing alone has the ability to destroy lives. They go on to say that thankfully for Allison Allegation and for their purposes, the modern mainstream media excel at spreading information far and wide. They do it for many, many reasons. But when it comes to breaking news, well, the bigger, bolder the claim, the more salacious the content is, the better it spreads. Worried about legal consequences? Well, they tell you, you probably shouldn't, and if you get the media to pick it up, they won't face anything whatsoever. Apparently, as long as the media mention that the scandal is an allegation, they are relatively safe from legal repercussions. That is because, in free speech societies, people can voice opinions and unsubstantiated claims. Further, the media can always attest that they're not making the allegation, rather, they're reporting it. But, in truth, the media actually do make that allegation by the way they report it. Not reporting it, but the method by which they report. Lastly, finally, they tell you about Arthur Authority. And Arthur Authority has the duty to step in. And it's the authority that really helps us put the destroy in Destroy a Man Now. Authority is defined as any person or organization that has the power to control, direct, punish, and on, and that's exactly the kind of power that they want to have when they want to destroy a man now. Examples of this, and you've seen this a lot, you have judges, police, bosses, human resource departments, etc., saying that Arthur Authority is actually an artifact of the patriarchy and chivalry. As Daddy Knight, he takes pride in his role as guardian and savior, especially of the weak, the mistreated, the violation, and so on. He strives to be the hero who saves the damsel in distress. In other words, Authority caters to victims, and no one gets Arthur Authority's attention more than a call to action to save victims. Now, the worst part of this section, and something that you've seen practiced in real world, is the idea that the worse the accusation is, the better it is for the person that's out there making the accusation. So, come up with more egregious ones, they tell them. Now, they go over a list of these, too. And this list, I mean, you've seen this game played again and again. Everything from the worst types of violation against the person that's saying this to them bringing in children and on. With the reminder that leveraged property, punitive action can occur, and punitive action that usually entails substantial loss, such as termination of employment, loss of income, loss of education or certification, loss of social status or good reputation, loss of financial savings, and loss of freedom. With a smeared reputation, a record of alleged misconduct, they remind a person no one will want to be associated with the accused. No one will want to employ him. No one will ever want to help him. And more importantly for these folks, no one will ever want to believe him. Then they talk about the damage that this does. And listen to what they're saying here. Further, the subsequent long-term stress frequently results in the loss of physical or mental health. When I say that these methods can destroy a man, I genuinely mean it. Again, they're not just talking about doing damage. They're talking about destroying someone, ruining them, driving them to that ultimate end. Now, from here, this starts working as a how-to book, telling people how to craft allegations, how to utilize internet search engine results properly, what sites to put this stuff on so it won't get removed, and how you can damage a person long-term simply by spreading this stuff far and wide. While doing this, this reminds the false accuser also to protect themselves from legal ramifications, saying you need to hide your IP address. You need to use a VPN connection because you don't want to get caught doing this stuff. Why? Because it makes it more effective. And if things go to that worst result, you won't be the one having problems. I mean, that's how crazy this stuff is. There's more to this too. Much, much more, including a section where they talk about driving people to that ultimate end on accusation alone. They brag about that. And this is why these subjects are important. This is why these cases are important, because at the end of the day, it isn't just a book like this. It's the society that lets this way of thinking go unchecked. I mean, again, this is being talked about in the open. It's marketed on Amazon. Yeah, destroying a person, destroying a man, that's become socially acceptable, and it needs to stop now.
So I'm quickly going to switch over to this other channel. It's Point of View. And I'm doing it because it's a far more entertaining to watch video. That umbrella guy lays things out pretty straightforward so you can understand it. But watching the reaction of this guy is very interesting.
The Damn Online Method, Chapter 2. With the fundamentals as our foundation, we can now shift our focus to tools and methods. The technique outlined in this chapter, called the Damned Online Method, is so easy to do, yet so powerful, it's truly phenomenal. Sam is a seasoned business consultant, and Sarah's company is his biggest client. "Oh, hi, Sarah, what can I do for you?" With a gasp, Sarah exclaims, "You haven't seen what's on the internet about you?" Sam has no idea what she's talking about. Sarah explains that her company received an anonymous email. An anonymous email via their website's contact us page accusing Samuel Mann of being a woman-beating alcoholic, drug-addicted alcoholic and rapist. You said you put alcoholic twice. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Drug-addicted alcoholic. What the fuck are you talking about? And just among the other similar things, the email also instructed the company to Google Samuel Mann MBA to see it's true. Blindsided and still on the call with Sarah, Sam reaches for his laptop and Googles Samuel Mann MBA business consultant. He is shocked by what he sees. His LinkedIn profile promoting his business credentials and accomplishments no longer appears at the top of Google search results. Instead, there is a post on a website called Cheater Report with the headline Samuel Mann MBA is a woman-beating alcoholic business consultant. Immediately below this, let me let everybody in on something. Now that I just read this, I'm gonna go even harder. I'm gonna go even fucking harder, even harder now. Now I went from being angry and then to being sad, and now I'm determined. Is a woman being immediately below that search result is another listing on a website called Report My Ex with the headline Business Consultant Samuel Mann MBA is a psycho file. Followed by a similar post on Ripoff Report, and it goes on and on. In total, the allegations span the first 4 pages of Google results for Sam's name. Any positive information about him, including endorsements from clients, was now buried further back in Google than anyone would typically look. Alarmed, Sam defends himself. Sarah, this is literally unbelievable. I have no idea. No, you don't say that, bro. Fuck that. If you say, fine, you know what? You want to let us go because of all this bullshit? We're suing you. We'll see you in court. Goodbye. You want to believe some shit you see in the fucking online? You see because everything online is true, right? You want to believe what you see online? Fine. Hang up the phone. Tell her we're fucking suing her. We'll see you in court. No, we don't play that game around here. And I'm gonna go even harder now. I'm fucking pissed, bro. Sarah, this is literally unbelievable. I have no idea why this is happening. You've been working with me for 10 years. You know none of this is true. Yeah, you goddamn right Sarah knows it's not true, but she's still going to follow it. And you want to know what, Sarah? I'll see your ass in court, and I'm going to fucking bust your ass out, Sarah. You're going to be fired after I'm done with you. I'm sorry, Sam. It doesn't matter if it's not true. It's all over the internet. It looks bad for our company to be associated with you. Fine. We'll see you in court. And our lawyers say it makes us vulnerable. We have to cut ties with you. Fine. We'll see you in court. And with that, Sam suddenly loses his biggest client, a relationship that took a decade to build and was continuing to grow. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in annual revenue gone, literally just the day before. Business was going wonderfully. Sam hangs up, bewildered and in disbelief. Don't be bewildered, Sam. You're supposed to get angry because after reading this, it's official. Every single fucking thing that these women are doing and we've been seeing in the media is all fabricated. It's all manipulated, and it's all bullshit. And yes, I am fucking pissed.
Let me just interject for 1 second and explain to you why he's so mad. The book is actually advertised as a means to, take down somebody who deserves it. Like Harvey Weinstein, for example, or that Epstein fella. But the book isn't saying that. When you start reading the book, you realise that it's taking down innocent men who haven't done anything. But you'll get a better picture as he reads on. But that's why men are reacting this way when they see this book. The online version seems, okay, fair enough. You read the little blurb on Amazon. It sounds like it's a handy book if you've, in that predicament, someone's done something to you and they deserve something. But that's not what this book is.
As soon as he puts the phone down, it begins ringing again. This time the caller's name appears on the caller ID. It's Sam's second biggest client. No, hello, yeah, I see what's going on. Okay, we'll see you in court, bye. That's it. You're probably thinking at this point, wow, yeah, that's powerful, and it'd be awesome to destroy a man by ruining his reputation across the internet. But I don't have the resources to do that, yet you do. That's the beauty and genius of this method. With as little as an internet connection and minutes of your time, you can destroy a man worldwide overnight. certain types of media such as complaint websites and Google search engine are key to enabling the damn online method. Nonetheless, to maximize results, it's still important to tailor all three fundamentals, beginning with allegations. Crafting allegations. Now, we're literally going to see that this is exactly what Amber Heard and Evan Rachel Wood are doing. We're literally going to see that. Keep in mind that the allegations you craft for the damn online method will be presented as listings on internet search engine result pages, SERPs. The results you see when you search for something via Google or Bing. For example, here is just a sum of the many real listings, crafted allegations that Google serves up at the time of this writing, January 4th, 18. And for the name Darren Ambler, who apparently has been a target of the damn online method. Hold on. So we're going to confirm now. We're going to confirm. This is real. This is the real damn method used on a man. Apparently, for the Google serves up. Right, let's read it again. The results you see when you search for something via Google or Bing, for example, here are just some of the many real listings. Crafted allegations that Google serves up at the time of this writing for the name Darren Ambler, who apparently has been a target of the damn online method. Oh my God. Darren Scott Ambler, New Jersey, stalker, predator. April 3rd, Darren Scott Ambler resides in the Delran section of southern New Jersey. Darren Ambler is a pharmacist by trade and is the sneakiest liar, sex addict. Darren Ambler is a 39-year-old sex addict, pervert, con artist, liar, internet addict, and former drug addict. Darren is dangerous because he really believes there's nothing wrong with him, and that everyone else is either crazy or out to get him. Yeah, that's Amber. Yeah, we know about that. That's Amber. Typical sociopathic symptomatic behavior. You whoever fucking made this book is a sociopath piece of shit. Darren Ambler, New Jersey, liars, cheaters, and bastards. July 2016, please stop Darren Ambler. He's a womanizer, con man, cheater, liar, sex addict, and he suffers serious mental problems. Beware. He only wants sex and possibly money. He is a professional liar. He is an internet stalker. He preys on. Please, whatever. Darren Ambler, Riverside Cop, New Jersey, hate cheater. November 4th, 2017. Hey, Darren Ambler, Riverside Cop, New Jersey is now on hatecheater.com. Darren Ambler is a sick, mentally ill sociopath who preys on lonely old ladies for dirty sex, oral sex, and pornographic acts. Darren Ambler also latches onto women that he can use for their home, free food, and bedroom. Darren Ambler, stalker, pervert, con man, sexual obsession. Dude, you can literally just go and write in CDs. What the fuck, man? Darren Ambler, age 39 years old. Beware. Stay away from this mentally ill sexual pervert. Darren Ambler is a big zero from southern New Jersey. He's obsessed with sex, dating sites, compulsive runs to others, stalking his prey for his next sexual encounter. Darren is a former drug abuser turned into a sexual addict. Darren Ambler, New Jersey sex addict, sociopath, liar, gay, whatever. Darren Ambler, aka Damon Ambler is a liar, sociopath, demented sex addict, predator. I met the creep online and he cheated while he was having sex with me. Okay, and he lied repeatedly about everything. Darren is an internet predator, internet abuser, among other things. Darren Ambler, sex addict, STD carrier, sociopath. September 10th, Darren Ambler is a known womanizer, mentally ill sociopath who is addicted to sex acts and porno. Who is addicted to sex acts, I guess. He will screw anyone out of desperation. Darren has screwed prostitutes, older women, desperate ages 65 to 80, and anyone stupid enough to. You'll notice from these rudimentary examples that each SERP listing crafted allegation begins with a post title or headline that has a web address underneath and a snippet that provides a sample of the content. We'll talk about how and where to post these allegations online in the media section of this chapter, but first it's important to highlight what makes a crafted allegation work best for search engine listings for our damn purposes. Although formats vary somewhat, most of the websites you'll be leveraging will require your allegation post to have a title and content. They're telling them how to post the allegation. They're literally explaining how to do this. Above all, both the title and content need to name the AM, the man or something? The AM and damn. In other words, they should clearly identify in multiple ways the man you seek to destroy. If the man has a relatively unique name, that's great. The search results Google returns will likely refer to him. But if the man has a common name such as Joe Smith, search engines may return some results you didn't craft. You didn't craft. Which would get in the way. I've gone from mad to sad and now to determined, and now I'm disappointed.
I'm sorry, laughing at the poor guy. I mean, he's going through so much incredulity, and that's the thing that I find funny. It's not that I'm laughing at him, it's that he is in such disbelief that these women would do this sort of thing. And you know, as I mentioned earlier, I knew that this was going on. I knew that that's what was done to Julian Assange, so I didn't find it as surprising as he did, so forgive me for laughing.
In either case, it's best to make the post title and content as specific as possible by including the man's full name and any titles he has, e.g., doctor, pilot, or president, credentials, e.g., MD, MBA, or PhD, and affiliations, a company, business, or organization, along with other identifying information such as his address, phone number, and age. For instance, they're telling you an example. Oh my God. Dr. Joe Allen Smith, MD, ENT specialist, 40 years old, at Buffalo General Hospital. They put a phone number, 321 Sweet Home Road, Amherst, New York, is far better than just Joe Smith. And the more identifying information you include, the easier it is for Google to serve up allegations about the specific man you're targeting. And let's not forget about the power of pictures. Pictures are worth 1,000 words, and as the saying goes, and Google appears to agree, since it provides image related to search queries near the top of their search results. Thankfully, many of the websites you'll be using, oh my God, allow you to include pictures with your posted allegations to maintain your anonymity. Oh my gosh. You can use pictures of the man that are already public, like the ones posted in his social media profiles or other places online. Copy and paste them from Facebook, LinkedIn, and other sites. Next, in order to attract proper attention, the post title and content you craft. They're explaining how. They're literally, word by word, need to include scandalous allegations about the man victimizing others by violating legal or ethical standards. Anything shocking can work, but crimes of a sexual nature against women and or children seem to work best. A few examples include rape or sexual assault, physical assault, e.g. beating women, and other vices such as alcoholism and drug abuse can also work but appear less effective, perhaps because victims are less apparent. Either way, both approaches are even more effective when phrased as helpful warnings to the public, most likely because they appeal to authorities' guardian and savior role by implying that weak people are presently at risk.
For example, a post title could read as follows: Warning, all women beware of rapist Dr. Joe A. Smith, MD, ENT specialist. Further, while the content requires more detail, it needs to be only about a paragraph and ranked for search engines to detect it, index it, and rank it highly in SERPs.
Nevertheless, longer content is typically better in the eyes of search engines. As always, it is helpful to keep the fundamentals in mind. God damn it. In mind, and ask yourself, what will get the attention of Mary Media and Arthur Authority? As you can probably guess, crafting stories or sharing anecdotes with allegations chock full of scandalous details, sex, violence victims, and potential victims works well. While most people won't actually click on the listings, seeing the post title and snippet is enough. Search engines appear to rank listings linked to voluminous content higher in search results, and that's important because we want the public, media, and authorities to notice them. Also, it's obviously best to make the allegations anonymously if you want to protect yourself from any negative repercussions.
Poor guy is so shattered.
I can't fucking believe this. I can't fucking believe this. I can't fucking believe this, man. You can refer yourself simply as a victim or a friend of a victim in your posts. You can also help maintain anonymity by using a public internet connection, like at a cafe or hotel lobby. Look, that I can feel my pulse right here on my temple. fucking raging right now. Virtual private network connection, if you're familiar with how that works to mask your home IP address. Further, some of the websites you'll be leveraging may ask you to register with their username and or email address. You can still guard your anonymity, however, by creating generic usernames and throwaway email accounts. Oh my god. Dude, they're listing it word like fucking point by point, man. Yahoo, Gorilla Mail, Hotmail, and the like, Karma Princess, whatever. Frankly, the websites do not seem to care who is actually posting. See, this is exploitation. They're exploiting the entire system that we live in. Additionally, although it's important to make the allegations scandalous, it's counterproductive to go overboard and make them ridiculous. For example, an allegation stating he's a doctor who rapes patients is enough to do serious and lasting damage, whereas he's a doctor who drinks 20 bottles of wine per week, smokes crack, hires prostitutes, and rapes his patients sounds over the top and could undermine the credibility of your claims and lose authorities' interest. Really? Really? No wonder this person doesn't want you to know who they are. I can't fucking believe this. Moreover, the damn online method relies on multiple allegation postings across the internet to get the attention of search engines and work most effectively because the internet search engines tend to ignore duplicate content. You'll need to craft various written versions of your allegations to be posted on different websites. However, the versions do not have to vary much. Changing a few words and moving some sentences around should suffice.
Here are 3 examples. Warning, sexual predator Dr. Joe Allen Smith, MD, ENT specialist, Buffalo General, blah, blah, blah. I'm a former patient victim of Dr. Joe Smith, and I'm posting my experience here to protect other victims from what happened to me. He works at the hospital in Buffalo and lives at 321 Sweet Home Road in Amherst, New York. While examining me for an ear infection, he repeatedly touched my breast. He even said he was excited to see me while gesturing towards his crotch. I could see his erection through his pants. He also kept insisting I see him outside the office no matter how many times I tried to say no to dating him. I was violated and harassed. I don't feel safe knowing that he has my personal information. Why does Buffalo General allow this sexual harassment and assault? See, and then what would happen? I heard that Dr. Joe Smith, MD, ENT specialist, does it to other patients too. Don't trust Dr. Joe Allen Smith.
Version 2.
Just so you know, I am fast forwarding the parts where there are certain words being said that YouTube won't let us say. So just so you understand why I'm doing that.
Remember, I'm not even gonna say anything. I don't know. This is so disappointing.
All women beware. 40-year-old pervert rapist Dr. Joey Smith at Buffalo General Hospital at his home at 321 Sweet Home Road. I was Dr. Joseph Smith's patient and now I'm his victim. I saw him for a throat infection after he persisted relentlessly. I gave in to the pressure and power that he had over me and agreed to go out with him. Then he raped me.
Dude. He's also a raging alcoholic. He drank so much on our date that he became a violent monster. This makes me hate Amber Heard and Evan Rachel Wood supporters so much more. This makes me despise them. Despise them.
I also think he drugged me with prescription medication. Do not trust Dr. Joseph Allen Smith and watch out for any calls from his phone. Don't even be alone in the same room with him. Google his name and you will see I'm not the only victim. Public service announcement. Rapist emails and throat doctor Joseph Smith is saying, whenever I smell alcohol in Joseph Smith's breath during my last appointment with him, this alcoholic psychotic also slurred his speech and tried to probe my breast while examining my nose at Buffalo Hospital. I had to leave his office when he wouldn't stop and started to get violent, but I was too embarrassed to make a scene or tell anyone.
I was too... No one else should be made into a victim like I was. Spread the word so there will be no... You know what? After reading this book, I don't believe a single fucking word any woman says anymore. Sorry. After reading this, I'm not going to believe a single... And I don't mean the women watching. I'm talking about the women that come forward with any kind of bullshit allegations. I'm not going to believe a single fucking word any of them say. Because I can guarantee they've all probably read this. And yes, I'm very, very angry. So when people... Oh, were you mad? Yeah, bitch. Yeah, I am mad. And I'm not even mad in that way. I'm determined now. Now I'm going to drop every single one of these women. Every single one. And we're going to prove that every single fucking one of them are lying. And they've all probably read this book. Tell every woman you see and post on social media to avoid this man. And to all other victims I know are out there, please, please, please complain to Buffalo General Hospital and share your story with police. We have to stop Dr. Joe Allen Smith before he hurts other women. Finally, periodically posting different versions of allegations like the examples just shown to websites over time can help keep scandalous listings for the man you're targeting at the top of Google's search results. As few as one post per week on a website, 10 minutes of your time is enough to keep your allegations fresh and trending on Google's headlines indefinitely.
I hope you take your notes here, because we're going to show some examples later on. Definitely examples of extending the allegations into bigger and bigger things. So just take notes.
How do you even have a relationship after this? How do you even try and meet a woman after this? How do you even try and have a sexual relationship with any woman after this?
And they're all very valid questions, right?
Finally, period. Now let's move to discussing the websites where you can post the allegations you've crafted. As you know from chapter 1, it's difficult to damn without Mary Media's help. This is especially true for the damn online method because it relies on help from specific types of media, mainly websites and Google's search engine. Complaint websites are the most crucial type of website to leverage for the damn online method. You've probably come across them while searching online for a business or product review, but if you're not already familiar with them, they depict themselves as websites for people to voice opinions and share their experiences publicly. Basically, they make it free and easy for people to post their reviews and complaints on the internet for all to see. Examples of complaint websites include the infamous and long-standing Ripoff Report. Oh, I thought that was fake. I thought those were all examples. Ripoff Report is real, along with Complaints Board and Pissed Consumer. What the fuck? Why do you people have you have nothing to do with your lives? Then go on Pissed Consumer? In addition to websites like these that are geared to attract consumer complaints, e.g. about businesses, product, and services, there are also seemingly endless number of dating and relationship complaint websites such as Report My Ex, Beware, and Cheaters and Homewreckers, where you can easily post allegations. For your convenience, here's a list of over 50 complaint websites available online at the top of this writing. Bro, they have like a whole half page. I'm not gonna read all that bullshit. These websites profit tremendously from using public complaints as a legal form of extortion. I said it at the beginning. I said it. I'm stopping. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna stop here. This is extortion. I'm not gonna stop. No, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop.
This is why I like this guy. Like, as tragic as it all is, he's funny as.
As alluded in chapter 1, media of this kind shields themselves from legal repercussions by attesting that they do not create the content published on their websites, i.e. complaints. Rather, they are just providing a forum for people to convey it. In that regard, complaint websites can hide behind free speech laws and other statutes pertaining to freedom of expression. That's why that stupid bitch kept on talking about freedom of speech. That's why right there. Pertaining to freedom of expression on the internet, such as the Communications Decency Act, Section 230. Similarly, many complaint websites actually promote the fact that they do not monitor, censor, or verify the content posted on their platforms. Oh my God. They're literally telling these women that it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be true. Just come out and say it. Oh my gosh. What inevitably happens, however, and what these websites bank on is that users post complaints that damage reputations and result in substantial losses for people and businesses. Then the websites refuse to remove the complaints unless they are paid to do so? What? And the payment they demand for removal is exorbitant, ranging from hundreds to thousands of dollars per post? Moreover, many of these websites make it exceedingly easy to proliferate complaints across the internet by offering users the ability to instantly publish copies of their complaints on multiple affiliated websites. They want your posts to appear everywhere online so people will notice them and pay to have them removed. This process is akin to blackmail. Akin? That's fucking blackmail. And now I'm back to being sad. In other words, by simply clicking on a button and on a complaint website, the damn allegation it took you only minutes to craft is published to numerous affiliate complaint websites across the internet, which helps make it possible to damn worldwide overnight.
Think about this concept for 1 minute or 1 second or however long you want to think about it. It cost Johnny Depp in the vicinity of $7 million to defend himself. The only legal recourse that a man has when these allegations are made against him is defamation. He has no other recourse, and it costs millions.
However, this money-making scheme that capitalizes on free speech, again, free speech, and the reach of the internet and reputation ravaging could not be successful without the help of internet search engines like aforementioned Google and Bing. Similar to complaint websites, search engines absolve themselves of responsibility for the search results they serve up by attesting that they do not create the content, rather they just convey the information already on the internet. But in true Mary Media style, search engines actually do influence the impact of the internet content on public by choosing which content to promote at the top of their search results. For example, there may be thousands of listings on the internet associated with a search for Dr. Joe A. Smith, ENT specialist, yet the listings on complaint websites seem to be served up first in Google's search results. This works so well that a complaint posted on Ripoff Report, for instance, about a company or a person typically ranks higher in Google search results than a company's website for the person or the person's Facebook profile. And Google does deserve special commendation in this regard, as it is the most popular search engine and appears to place a greater priority on serving up scandalous content in comparison to other search engines like Bing. In other words, a search for Dr. Joe A. Smith through Google is more likely to return allegations or complaint websites than the same search conducted through Bing. Moreover, if a person pays a complaint website to remove allegations that appear on the first page of Google search results, Google quickly elevates another complaint website allegation from lower in their result rankings to take its place. I've seen allegations ranking on page 3 of Google's results jump up overnight to replace an allegation removed from page 1. So that means that Google is assisting these women.
It's probably good to bear in mind that Google has cracked down on the usage of certain words, just like YouTube has. So, the more explicit the allegations, the more of these no words that are in them, they won't get ranked as high. And this book was written quite some time ago. Obviously, Julian Assange allegations came up, I think it's 10 years ago now, or a little bit more maybe. So, this book is a little bit behind the times as far as how search engine ranking actually works and who puts money into search engine ranking.
Tabloid. In this sense, Google seems to operate like a newsstand that places tabloids at the front and center display rack to attract customers, whereas Bing tends to position credible sources more prominently. Oh my God. Make no mistake, however, Bing still does serve up scandalous complaint website listings in its search results, just lower down in their rankings. In addition to complaint websites, social media like Twitter also play an important role in making the damn online method so effective. Once you've posted allegations on complaint websites, social media can be leveraged to draw even more public attention to them. This is as easy as posting, liking, and retweeting or sharing links to the allegations you publish, on complaint websites. Posting something as simple as, wow, look at what people are saying about Joe A. Smith, MD. He's a doctor I was thinking of seeing. I could have been on Twitter, along with his links to supporting posts on complaint websites, is enough to broadcast the allegations to potentially millions of people and increase internet traffic to further elevate listings of search results. God, dude, this is a handbook of exploitation. Leveraging authority. Even with your allegations published across the internet and ranking at the top of search engines' result pages, it's sometimes necessary to drop them into Arthur Authority's lap, so to speak, to get him to take action. Social media like LinkedIn and Facebook are particularly useful in this regard. For example, as LinkedIn profiles are essentially online resumes, they can be used to find information about a man's current and previous places of employment, his professional affiliations, and the names of important people in his professional network, such as his boss or his biggest client. Similar information can be found in Facebook profiles. With that information in hand, you can then message allegations to the most important people in his networks via social media, anonymous emails, or the contact us page of employers' websites. Through the same means, you can also provide authorities with links to post on complaint websites and encourage them to Google his name to see it's true. Oh my God. So they create the allegations, then they create the seriousness for it to be on Google. Then they go and tell the people to look on Google for the things they've created. Man, dude.
Or in the cases of Amber Heard and Evan Rachel Wood, they just contact TMZ. They're good old buddies at the media.
Likewise, you can send similar alert messages to regulatory associations such as the American Medical Association, encouraging them to revoke any licenses or certification a man has.
Which was exactly the purpose of contacting the Sun UK in Amber Heard's case to try and get Johnny Depp fired from Fantastic Beasts. And Dan Wooten even admitted as much after that court case.
And as illustrated in the vignette about Sandman at the beginning of this chapter, when authorities are directly alerted to allegations, there is an implied duty for them to take action. Even more in our favor, e.g. terminate employment. Even more in our favor, Arthur Authority makes it nearly impossible for a man to have any recourse against the damn method online. As already mentioned, the media we use authority, e.g. the legal system, to shield themselves from repercussions with free speech and internet laws. Why do you think she kept on saying, why do you think Amber Heard kept on saying free speech? Why do you think she kept on saying that, dude? Oh my God. Similarly, social media giants like Twitter fight hard with their attorneys to protect users' rights to express whatever they want. Moreover, if you maintain your anonymity, whom can authorities take action against? It can be impossible to prove who made the allegations on the internet. Besides, as taking legal action is ridiculously expensive and winning defamation cases is notoriously hard, it's usually prohibitively difficult for a man to fight back. Oh my God, Johnny Depp really did it. He really was fighting back against this bitch. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're going to read that again. Besides, as taking legal action is ridiculously expensive and winning defamation cases is notoriously hard, it's usually prohibitively difficult for a man to fight back. And keep that in mind. With the swift loss of income, social support, and so on that typically occurs as a result of Allison allegation, Mary Media, and Arthur Authority's collaboration, most men will not have the resources to even pay for the allegation removals from complaint websites, let alone hire a legal team to chase after accusers. Even if a man did have the money, very few lawyers, courts, and laws are equipped to deal with the new tactics and technology underpinning the damn online method. The legal system is already far behind the times and too slow to catch up. In other words, there isn't much most men can do to recover from the damn online method. Wow.
So there you go, folks. That was a crash course in why Evan Rachel Woods and Ilma Gore and their team of accusers came out on Instagram before they went to authorities.